which I found the bulk of the time it's not. Right? So you go over, you log on as you, and now those admin policies take effect. Or again, we can disable or do whatever we want to do from the agent. And now the admin policies take effect. We can think, oh, this app is still having an issue, or this thing is still running slow, or whatever. And now we're just proving that it's an endpoint. We can start figuring out what the real issue is. This is great also for shared machines, where maybe you've got a supervisor logging into a shared machine alongside their employees. They've got some additional privileges. Maybe they got a few other websites that are whitelisted or whatever it might be. Those policies are changing as those logons are changing. Now, 51 policy applies to everybody. That's not the case for most folks. So to get started, we want to get our users in there. So we'll take advantage of the AV Sync tool here. Let me just minimize this so this is a little easier to see. Right, so I have this installed on my personal workstation. It's ready to go. Check for updates as soon as it logs on. The program is up to date. I'm just going to do preview and sync. This is going to go out to my Active Directory and it's going to pull any changes. So you can see I've got a couple things to add. I've got some users to modify. I've got a new group out there. Right now I can approve changes and continue. If I saw something that was not what I was expecting, I can reject the changes and stop. So it gives me a lot of capability. To configure this, pretty easy. You're just going to plug in all the information that you already have and know. And then we can schedule this to run. So our AD doesn't really change very much at all. So I pretty much just run it on demand. But we can schedule this to run periodically if we want to. And if you've got a couple of different admins that are in charge of the console, each person could be running this on their local machine, or you can install it in a central location for the admin team to access. So a lot of different ways you can handle that. Let's go back up to the dashboard. I was saving this there just for you all. I'm going to go ahead and check on that. Thank you. Install that. That's what I do. I'm going to go ahead and mark that as acknowledged because it really drives me crazy when I have alerts showing up. Right, so that clears out my information there. I've got some other summary information here that you can see. And I can click on some icons here. Let's see if I can actually click on it and get some different kinds of information about the environment. Anything that I see over here, I can click on and I can actually go straight into the reports and I can start getting some information about what's going on. You see a lot of personal and dating, a lot of times that's Facebook related. You can start drilling into that stuff to get more information about what's happening. Right, so a lot of good information there. As I go to my policies now, right, we can start looking at how we have this configured. So you can see I've created a couple of different groups here. And when we were originally beta testing this, we didn't have any available machines to test it on. So I threw out some of my own machines. Todd actually got it on a couple of his home machines. And now we're managing boxes that have never ever been on the domain or in the office or whatever, the same way that we're managing all of our domain-based machines. So let's drill into one of the policies. I'm just clicking on that and it pulls me right in. You can see the employees that I have added to that group. I can add more in here. You saw myself somewhere here. Right, so I can add it in there. The policy is on. Obviously, we've got our base level threat protection. We can use the defaults. I might customize a little bit here. Just got these slide boxes that we can slide over, right? Enable scheduled scanning. I do Friday nights at 11. Scanning exclusions. I got some AD stuff and registry stuff excluded here. That's typical Windows setting stuff. I can do global exclusions that I push out to all of my groups or calling all of my groups. Right? You can do individual scanning exclusions just for this group. So a lot of capabilities there to set that up. Peripheral control, what do I want to do with Bluetooth? What do I want to do? And look how much Bluetooth we have in the environment, right? So every time someone's walking around with that Windows 10 laptop or just modern laptop and they've got Bluetooth on, that is a access point, right? I was just talking to one of our partner engineers who's going out to Black Hat, and he was saying he's not going to take his regular cell phone. He's not going to take anything that's got Bluetooth. He's going to buy a burner flip phone to have as his cell phone because he's so worried about someone being able to get access to all this sensitive data and go through him back into the organization, right? And that's not realistic for most folks who are doing business travel or doing this kind of thing. Black Hat knows you are inviting trouble if you go there, so he's taking some extra precautions, right? So here's how we get control of it here. Secure removable storage, read-only or block, and then we can do some whitelisting. So if we're using a Sophos encrypted thumb drive, or we're going to allow our employees to use a thumb drive as long as it's encrypted by us, right? We can start whitelisting those devices. So my device will plug into any machine, but nobody else's will, right? A lot of different ways to do that and set that up. Right, here's where we're putting those exceptions. Application control. Very easy to get this rolling. You can see how many applications we're blocking. It's really quite a large list here. As we scroll down and click on any of these, then you can see the items. Just clicking on these adds that to the block list, and I can also do applications added by Sophos in the future. I might allow WinZip, or maybe I don't, right? Completely up to me. We can keep going down the list. Asset management tool, we're not using anything here, so maybe we're going to completely block those. CRMs, right? Design tools, file sharing application. Oh, Audio Galaxy, I didn't even know that was still around. That was our source for stuff back in the day. Oh, and BearShare, holy cow, right? So we might not want any of this stuff, right? So we can scroll through there, anything that we want. We can have a little bit more of this. Yep, BitTorrent, not allowed at productive. That's a do it on your own machine type situation. Absolutely. Absolutely, right? Once we have these on there, we simply just save to the list, and now they've been added down here. My favorite, which I actually don't have on, toolbars. That is actually the number one thing that I love blocking. I'm not sure what happens there. I must have checked that out on my demo. Right? Just get rid of that Yahoo toolbar, AOL toolbar, Google toolbar. None of this stuff actually is a tool, is what I found for the end users. Right? So what I'm going to install, somebody tries to install the browser, and it's going to, or they download a program. Yeah, it's going to prevent it from executing to install. It's not going to prevent you from downloading it on the application control, so it will still get downloaded, but it's not going to be allowed to execute. If it's already installed, it's not going to uninstall it, but it's going to suppress it from being able to launch, right? So you're saving resources and you're close gap that those things create, right? So pretty easy to get this set up. When you're first getting it rolling, you can do allow the detected application, so that you can see what applications are you going to block that are actually being used in the environment currently, and then you can go do some investigation and find out why. Some of them are going to be pretty obvious and there's no business value behind it, but you might find some stuff that maybe one of your departments is using or has been using for a long time that is actually valuable to them, and maybe you don't want to block it. You want to create a policy for them to whitelist that, right? So you can allow capabilities to make sure that you're creating a policy that's going to support your environment, give you the protection that you need, but still allow your business to be transacted in the way that it needs to happen. And that's really the big trick with security, is really trying to figure out what's that balance between being available and being totally secure. Right? Totally secure would just be everything is completely off. No way to really copy that data or infect you with malware if nothing is in fact on or connected. But then also no legitimate business is going to transact either. Right? So how do we figure out what that balance is? Really just a nice easy way to figure that out. Mobile device management, I really call this MDM Lite. Sophos has another product called Mobile SaaS that really gives you much more granular control. And for folks where you need that, you have a lot of apps that are tunneling back into your environment from those mobile devices. You want to do some application control. You want to be able to recommend apps, control VPN access, that kind of stuff. That's really the solution to look at. If your employees all own their devices and you really just want to do some basic controlling like we're doing here, right? Basic password, right? We can block App Store, camera, all of this stuff. We're not going to do any of this stuff because we don't own the phone. The only reason I leave it on is so that you can see those features. If you're running Exchange and soon to be Office 365, you can push out those email settings right from here. You can push out your Wi-Fi right from here, which I really like. Very easy. Rather than having folks come to you and get that code, you plug it into their phone, or you have to email them out your passcode so that they can now give it to whoever they want to give it to, right? Rather than using that guest password. Very hard to control. Here, we can push it out to the devices automatically. We'll send an invite, I'll show you this in a sec, to that end user so that they can self-install the mobile. They can accept the agreement at any point. They can de-enroll by deleting the mobile device agent on that mobile device, whether it's an iPad or an iPhone or an Android tablet or phone, right? And then all of those settings that you push out here are gone. So they're not going to be able to remove their passcode unless they de-enroll from your Wi-Fi, right? So it just gives you a lot of capability to stay protected and stay at the level of protection that you want to be at. So we can also do some automatic de-installs, or de-enrollments is what I should say, if the phone is jailbroken or rooted, if it hasn't checked in a long time, right? A lot of different things that we can do here to get them off of the network. And at any point if someone leaves the organization, we can just go to that device and terminate it instantly. Now if they call us up and say, hey, I lost it or someone grabs it out of my hand and took off running, we can lock it, we can wipe it, we can do some other things to remove all of the data that's on that device versus just getting it off of our network. So a lot of capabilities right there. So to get our phone, that's pretty much the, web content filter would be the next thing to look at. So we have the web control on. Right, any place where you see let me specify, they have some recommended policies that you can take advantage of. Anytime we go to let me specify, that's giving you the granular control to come in here and do stuff. Allow block and warn versus file types. What do I want to do? You can see I've gotten even more granular here with what we want to do. So we watch a lot of videos, we do a lot of Flash, we put a lot of stuff on our YouTube channel that we want the reps and marketing folks to be able to view and verify and learn from, or be able to see the stuff that we're showing to you so that they can talk to you about it. Right, a lot of PDFs for everybody. So we want a lot of that stuff to happen. Acceptable web usage, and again, we can start drilling into what's going on. So entertainment, fashion, and beauty. Allow block or warn our choices. Job searching, career development, block. Social networking. Right, so you can get pretty granular. And the nice thing about this is this web policy follows that device. Right, so you take that laptop home, you take it to a business meeting, you take it on the road. This is following you because it's connected through the internet. If we need to whitelist a website, that end user is going to be able to get that whitelist as their customer, at their hotel, on their site visit, whatever it is that they're doing. I have some global whitelists as well that I can push out from a high level to all of my groups, where I can call them in the groups that I want to call them. So when we're going to whitelist something that we want whitelisted for the whole company, we give it a tag of productive contact, and then it follows along in all of these groups where we called out productive contact. We can also make that time-based. We have ours on all the time. Right, so you can set that up in a couple of different ways. To get folks started, we can download the agents and we can install them manually, or we can push them out using whatever software push mechanism we want to take advantage of. We can use a GPO if we want to, or we can allow users to self-install. When it comes to mobile device management, that has to be self-enrolled from the device. So I'm going to send out an invite here to myself. Let me hop onto my mail. We'll give her a sec to hop in. And one of the things that I really dig about the mobile enrollment is the way that it allows the end user to do the install. A couple different methods, and I'll show you this as soon as this email pops in. I actually sent that email, right? Pretty sure I did. There we go. Gives you the opportunity to do just a QR code, snap, and then okay, I see how we're going to do it today. I'll try that one more time. I think, there we go. Okay, let's get one over. Maybe I'm not going to slam or just get names because I want my machine to continue to work throughout the rest of the day. Good policy, light a candle. Absolutely. So we can snap a QR code right from the device. We can do a manual setup if we want to. Or if we're actually reading this on the mobile phone, maybe we've already got email installed and we want to get control over those phones, right? We can do it right from here. But the easiest thing is snap this from your Droid or from your iOS device, and it basically sets you right through it. Any end user can do it. I've tested it with brand new employees as well as seasoned employees, folks who are really not technical at all. And pretty much everybody has been able to pull this off. So very easy to do. Once it's on there, they have an icon on their phone. It doesn't really allow them to do anything because you're controlling it from here. The biggest thing that they can really do is delete that thing, which is going to de-enroll them again from your environment. So that's the mobile, and then the other email that they would get is just the ability to install endpoint protection. So what we see with a lot of folks is they're controlling the windows, but they're starting to let them Macs leak in, and they might not be managing those. So we have a BYOD group here for a few people who have brought their own Macs in. So for that situation, we send them the link to install this on their Mac. I give them usually 24 hours to do it. I pay attention to it in the console, and if they don't get it done, we don't allow them on the network. For the Windows machines, I'm typically downloading the installer, which I do right from here, and I put it in my network share, and I can push it out with the GPO. Talk to a lot of folks who are using like a Quick Deploy or an Altiris or SCCM or whatever you're using to push out software, you'll be able to do it that same way. Lots of things to get from this session here. So we got our traditional endpoint, Windows and Mac. I've got my server protection. I've got the virtual environment. This is only available right now for VMware. Hyper-V support is on the way. You've got some things you can do for Chromebooks, right? So Secure Web Gateway is monitoring all the traffic that's coming into or leaving that device. And now, and I'm not super familiar with this yet, but you can actually set up a Sophos embedded CentOS server in Amazon. So it's a server that's basically using that for installing CentOS apps into. So pretty slick, right in the mobile management. That has to go out from either the App Store or the Play Store, which that's an Apple policy or a Google policy. So no code to download there and no way to get that onto a device other than getting it from the App or the Play Store. So that's a lot of stuff at a high level. I really didn't cover server policies, but you can manage your servers in a very similar way to your endpoint. A lot of controls. As far as the protection standpoint, this really isn't a ton different from the on-prem products other than the ability to control and report on machines wherever they're at, which is really a huge boon. We've had a great experience with Sophos. We've been a partner for the last 5 years. We think it's great protection. We have a lot of satisfied customers, and definitely would like to talk to anybody who's interested one-on-one about what this product can do to help you shore up your security environment.
Absolutely. I think there's so much to see here, and right, this is really just the endpoint, right? Sophos Central, big picture, is going to be, managing everything, right? So all that stuff that's going to coordinate the gateway and all the different pieces that Sophos is bringing on board, right? That is all part of it. They'll all be managed via Sophos Central. So that is pretty cool stuff. Pete, thank you very much for an informative, and kind of a cool presentation. You can blow the smoke off your gun now, right?
Absolutely.
So for all the folks that took the time to come see us today, thank you very much. We know that taking 30 minutes out of your day is a significant chunk, so we appreciate that. Let us know how we did. Let us know what else you'd like to see. We put these on for your benefit. As for now, I am Todd Obert, along with Pete Greco, going to be signing off. So question coming here. I'm going to throw this out to you real quick, Pete. Is there a simple upgrade path for Sophos Enterprise Console and the Sophos Web Appliance to this product?
Yes, there is a conversion tool that helps you bring your on-prem policies into the cloud product. The agent, which I actually didn't show either, looks exactly the same as the on-prem product, but you do need to uninstall the old agent and replace it with the cloud-connected agent, which is going to basically be tied directly to your console. That happens automatically. You actually need to download the agent from your console to be able to control it from your console. Right? We actually are recommending to the bulk of our customers, though, to start from scratch, which we can help you with, because it is a great time to review and reconfigure a lot of those policies that you've been running for a long time to make sure that they're matching your modern environment. That's not a blanket rule that applies to everybody, so I'd say let's talk about it for your individual environment, but a lot of great reasons to consider starting from scratch. But there is a conversion tool. It works. It's pretty slick. It's also something we can help you take advantage of, and I think there's reasons to go both ways.
Hey, Pete, did this replace Pure Message?
No. Pure Message could be replaced with a UTM, where you're doing anti-spam at the gateway and email security at the gateway. Pure Message is, I should say, because I don't know if you're going to manage Pure Message from here eventually, but most of our folks are moving from that Pure Message to either a standalone email appliance or doing it on the UTM, which is what we like and what we recommend.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks everybody once again for attending. I am Todd Obert, along with Pete Greco, wishing you a fantastic balance of your day and week, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Thanks. Thank you for coming to Protective Corporation's 2-Minute Tech. Today we're going to give you an overview of Tenable Security Center. Today we're going to do a brief overview of Tenable's Security Center platform, which brings the power of our Nexus Professional Scanner into a platform that allows you to look at the security posture across your entire environment and track that security effectiveness over time. As a reminder of the power of Nexus, Nexus has over 75,000 checks that are covering almost 32,000 unique vulnerabilities. They have a wide coverage across many platforms and systems, not just your Windows and Linux servers, but routers, switches, and other security products that are on your network. By taking scans and looking at them over a period of time, we are collecting all of that information and we present that in a fashion that allows you to assess your security posture and performance of your security program in a very meaningful manner. We have a variety of dashboards available to you covering not only executive analysis, but using our continuous view systems, which you see what systems and services on the internet are being utilized, how we are sitting from a compliance standpoint, not only just PCI, but there's not HIPAA, whatever your compliance needs are. If you have security benchmarks that you are striving for, we can use that as well, or if you just want to understand the risks on your network. We have a variety of dashboards available, and these are updated on a regular basis, so you can change that. The other way we present this information in a meaningful manner, especially to executive staff that may not understand the dashboards, is we have unique to Tenable or service report cards. So we have defined measures of success across many cybersecurity criteria, and it allows the executives to really understand, am I meeting my security requirements or am I not? And in the case of not being able to meet those requirements, it is easily seen as passing or failing, and then having the ability to focus in on what the issue is that needs to be remediated is right here at Success. The platform is very extensive. We have the ability to collect massive information across your infrastructure, so not only just the operating systems and infrastructure, but on a dynamic basis, we can see how systems are interacting with your network on a regular basis. Thanks for coming to Productive Corporation to do this. If you need additional product information, configuration, or implementation services, please contact us at help@productivecorp.com, 800-726-4099. We are here to help. All right, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us today for our very first LogRhythm webinar. Just thank everyone for coming and learning a little bit more about LogRhythm. The focus of the event is secure security intelligence leading high and dry. And if it is, well, you're in the right place to spend 30 minutes or so learning about LogRhythm and what it's all about. I am the presenter today, Sean Hayden, marketing manager here at Productive Corporation. I'm joined by Richard Patrick, sales engineer at LogRhythm, and we're going to hopefully show a little bit about the technology, talk a little bit about it, and do all that in 30 minutes or less. So with that, let's take a quick look at the agenda for today. We're going to be productive in 1 minute, hopefully less than a minute. It takes me to introduce who we are. We're going to talk about the case for SIEM logging event management, why LogRhythm. We're going to talk a little bit about the platform, and then get into the technology and show some technology, which is really why I know everyone came here to see. So with that, let's take a quick look at who's productive. Productive is a security and storage software expert for mid-sized companies. At Productive, you'll have a dedicated account executive who's responsible for meeting your needs.